Good morning, everyone. How are you today? It's Miriam here at Paper Wheel Studio. I am still working on some altered paper clips. I wanted to bring it back, and I wanted to, oops, my book's coming apart there. I have to add a little bit of glue there to hold that over. This is my altered paperclip book. I just collaged on a piece of cardboard and put brown paper down on the inside, framed everything in washi tape. I also glued down, but I used the washi tape to just kind of seal off all my edges. And this is why you should put glue under washi tape. See, it does come up. It can come up after a while. So I'm going to get some of my glue and put that down. But what I have done, essentially, with my notebook here, you can kind of see where this has come back. I have glued this down and then used the washi tape to cover my ends and made little places where you could clip your paper clips to store them. So after I made my altered paper clips yesterday, I just got my little book out and clipped my paper clips in it. So give me just a moment. I'm going to glue this here and repair my book. Didn't know it was coming apart at the time. When I got it out, I didn't realize it was coming apart. Guess I wasn't paying much attention or something. I don't know. But anyway, so I have these little, I didn't make it to hold a lot because I do like to use these in my journals when I have them made. So I could just come in here now and pick out some random paper clips. These are the ones we did yesterday. And I did a couple more. See, all I've done here is simply grab one that slides on and off fairly easy. It just clips on to the little pocketed area. And you just take and clip it back on there. You know me, fumble fingers here. So let me see, get it, there we go. Get it right. And I went ahead and made a tag one. Used this piece, was one I had done previously on the video, and so was this. So I turned both of those into altered paper clips as well. And I just love these little cottage girls from my porch prints. So I gave her her own little paper clip too. I felt appropriate. I'm in a wheelchair and she's in a wheelchair, and I just thought that would be adorable for one of my own journals. So this is where I store my altered paper clips, in an altered paper clip book. I don't have it labeled or anything because I have a very similar book to this that I use for clusters, which I'll show you when we go to do my clusters. I have a cluster video coming up in the future. And when I go to do clusters, I'll show you how I store my clusters and how I do that. So what I did think of, though, since yesterday that I wanted to also try on this video is we were using labels, which led me to think sticky substances, why not tape? So I did have, here it is, I have a piece of my Tim Holtz fabric tape here, and I thought, okay, let's just try to use it, and let's see if we can do a altered paper clip using the fabric tape, and then maybe I could come on here and glue on one of the little miniature Tim Holtz people. I pulled a couple out and laid them here under my scissors, so let's get this started and see if we can't make a couple altered paper clips using some washi tapes or fabric tape. So I'm going to do just as I did with the other. I'm going to slide this down as far as I can. Now, this paper clip is not really wanting to open up a lot, so I'm going to make it open just a little so I can get my tape down in it, and then I can, you know, they bend out, they can bend back as easily as they bend out. If you need to do that to give yourself a little bit more room, you can do that. So I'm just going to, as soon as I can get my hands where I need them to be. I seem to be fumble fingers again today. Let's see. I'm just going to open it up just a little bit, enough that I can slide my tape down in behind between the two. They don't want to open up very easily, do they? When all else fails, grab some. Oh, there's another paper clip I can use. Don't have too many more of that size left, So let's see what we can do here. We're going to open it up just a little bit. Hope everybody's having a great day. And hopefully it's not raining and storming too much where you are. We got a cooler, rainy day in our forecast today. All right, so I'm going to end up covering both sides of my clip, so it doesn't really matter which side I start with. And I'm only peeling a little bit of this off. I've cut this off the larger roll. And I'm just going to put this down here, clear to the back. And then I'm going to wrap my tape like I did the sticker. I'm going to wrap it. See, I've got it hooked on there like that. And then I'm going to just wrap it back up on itself. And when I do, I'm going to stick it to what I've already got there. So we're going to stick it like that. Okay, we've got that so far. And I'm just pushing my fabric tape together, and that this Tim Holtz has good adhesive on it, so we don't have to worry about our adhesive. And what I'm going to do now is just simply bring this up and figure out how much more of this I actually need. So I'm going to go ahead and take that off there. And to finish this off, I'm just going to fold it back on itself so I can kind of guesstimate how much I need to finish the paper clip, because we don't want extra when we put it down in there. Looks like I had enough except for about a 1/2 inch. I don't measure these when I cut them off my roll either. I just cut a bit. And when I get these little strips, then I'll hold on to those to use on something or in a cluster, or even just if I need a random piece somewhere. So I will put that back on the backing and hold on to it so that I can use it somewhere else. Gonna drop everything today. I'm still in the process of getting this desk organized. Golly. Maybe after my 100-day project, I'll bring you along and show you how I organize things on my desk. Being in a wheelchair, I like to have everything that I could potentially use for a project within arm's reach. So I'm trying to accomplish that without overwhelming my desk too. So, okay, so now I have that little piece, and this can go in my trash. We'll steal a drink here. There we go. When I get to talking, my mouth gets dry, so I have to steal a drink. Now, all I'm going to do here is simply fold that over. And if I can do this, you guys can as well, believe me. You see how fumbly fingered I get. And I'm matching that up with the edge. If you would perhaps miss the one edge, you can come back in here. Trying to bend my paperclip back. Maybe bending wasn't a good thing to do because now it wants to stay bent, huh? Well, I think there ought to be some way to get that to tighten back up. I wasn't thinking very clearly, was I? Well, we're going to go ahead and decorate it anyway, because I want to. And then I will put it under something heavy enough to flatten that paper clip back out. And I went over right here, so let me show you. I just take my scissors, and we're just going to trim that little snippy piece off there, because it will have stickiness on it, and it'll stick out there. So I'm going to try to trim it so that I don't look like this side's all crooked. There we go. Got it that time. I'm just going to trim down through here in an attempt to make this side look fairly straight. Yeah, okay. Looks good to me. So now I have this. And when it straightens out, we'll have a paper clip. And for this one, I thought simply I could use one of my little tiny Tim Holtz peoples I have over here to the side. Peoples. Listen to me. People. People, Miriam. Okay. And then just put her on there like that, and you've got the perfect altered paper clip there. So let's give her, see if I can get any out of my tiny glue bottle. This is practically out, but I do have my other white glue today. A little more prepared, and I'm charging up my glue gun so they can use it later on. And I use a glue pen, not a glue gun. So we're just going to get this ready to go and make sure it's flowing. And I'm going to put it down in my glue holder, and then I can get it when I'm ready to use it. Make sure there's nothing blocking it. Okay. Now let's see if we can get some glue out of here. Well, there it comes. I didn't think it was going to flow for me, but it is. Not much left in here, that's for sure. So we'll get a little bit on here and spread it around. And I'll lay my paper clip aside to dry, and once it is dry, I didn't ink my edges, and I like to do that with these guys because they have white edges. So let me just go along my edge here, even though I have glue on it. It will take me a minute. Now I have glue on my mat. There we go. We'll just put more glue on her if we need to. That's the way I rumble. That's the way I roll. All right, let's give her a little more glue since we wiped it all over my mat and my fingers. Give her a wee bit more. So, washi tape or fabric tape is another option you can use to make your altered paper clips. And I try to find quick and easy ways to do things because I have a hard time doing them. My strength is not great. That's why I'm using both hands to squeeze my little glue bottle here to get some glue out of this little tiny bottle, which probably doesn't have much in it. Okay, we're giving up the little glue bottle. We're going to my bigger one. Much better. I'm just putting some dots on there, which is fine when you're gluing things down like this. They've always stuck for me whenever I've done that. And I'm just going to put my little girl on here and set her to the side to dry. And then once she's completely dry, I can then go back and straighten out this paper clip under something. So just going to make sure she sticks down there well, because she's almost not even as skinny as, she's almost skinnier than the paper clip. I didn't have her straight, so I want to make sure she's on there good. And it doesn't bother me that the writing on this side's upside down. If it does, you could do it the other way and it would not be. So, okay, there we go. Now we have her already. We'll put her up here on top of my book so she can dry. And let's do another one. Let's try this ticket washi tape and see how it turns out. This is just some washi tape that I have. Has some floral tickets on it. And they are just stickers that you can just peel off here. They are connected at the end. So I don't know that they have a tear place. I've never looked that close, so I don't really know. They're, if they are, it's very, very slight. Pretty sure I don't think they are. So I'm going to take some of this and I'm going to cut it off at four tickets. This one's kind of messed up, so we're going to use that as the part where we hook the paper clip on, and that's like in under the paper clip. Okay, so let's see here. All right, so now I just have taken the back off of one. I'm going to hook on, let's hook this on the larger side first. So let's see, this paper clip kind of wants to go this way. Well, actually it's, I think, going to go more this way. Yep, that's the way it's going, so that's the way we're putting it on there. So I'm going to push it all the way down. Okay, got it all the way down there. And these tickets are just the right size to be using for this. So I'm going to fold it at the ticket spot. And then I'm going to fold it back up on itself on the other side. Stuck before I was ready to have it stick. Okay, now let's stick this one right down on top of the other and try to match it up good. All we're doing is matching our edges to the best that you can. Otherwise, you can come along and trim them a little. All right, so we got that. And that was really crooked there, but that's the back side of it. I think we're okay with that. I do believe. No, I'm just going to leave it like that. I'm not going to trim that off because that won't get in the way of anything, I don't think. So we've gone, I'm confused. Now we're going up over the top and we're going to go to there. And then we have this other ticket that, if we can, it has to, I don't stick, let's see how we want to do this so it doesn't stick. I don't think I want to stick that part down. I'm going to curl it. That's what I'm going to do. Yep. We'll do it like this and slip this part in under here as far as it will allow me to put it. But I'm doing it so that the sticky is all on the inside, but I'm going to put my fingers here so it can't stick to itself. However best I can do this. This is slightly challenging. I probably would not use these again. Just because it's challenging to get it down in this inside. I could use both hands to slide it down. I think, there we go. Now we're going. See if I can get it to slide down in. Okay, so far so good. Yep. There we go. Let's keep going. Aha. It worked. Wasn't easy, but it worked. So I'm just going to push that down. So then it is folded back on itself. You look at it and it simply looks like a ticket. So we're just going to trim up the edges to just make it look a little neater. Make it look more ticketed than just a big old mess here. So let's see, we're going to even that up there a bit. Take just a little nip off the side to even it up. And I'm going to come around on the other side and take just a little nip off this side. To even it up. And I hope that wasn't confusing the way we wrapped it around those paper clips. Basically what you're doing is starting on the inside, going down around the whole thing and back on the inside again. And the inside of your paper clip. Oh, we missed a spot here. We missed a spot here. So let's straighten you up. All right. That takes care of that. And now all we need, we've got this pretty little paperclip butterfly flower. On this side we have a butterfly. So I'm going to disguise that my butterfly's upside down by putting some Tim Holtz people on here. These little girls, maybe? Little girl, little boy. It looks like two little girls, I guess. Yeah, I like that. And I also have a number label that I thought maybe I could add to this to kind of help disguise the fact that the image is upside down. I don't mind this number upside down because the tickets are made so that the number, both, no matter which way you put it, your number, one of your numbers is going to be upside down. So these are labels that I got online, and I printed them on clear sticker paper. So all they're going to do really is just give like a label number on here. But I'm going to put it right across this part. And you can't wrap it around because it is a double paper clip. So you got to trim off the edges, which I will do here. And with all this clipping of tapes and glues, my scissors will probably need cleaned well when I'm done here. I just used an alcohol swab to clean the sticky off of them. Works real well. Sometimes they'll clean off with just a baby wipe too, depending on how sticky I get them. Oh, I missed a spot over here. Yep, I sure did. It's hard to see on this yellow mat. I need to change my mat. Do that maybe before I start my next video, when I do it tomorrow. All right, so we have that now, and let's just put our little girls right on top of our number. Oh, you can't see the numbers, but at least they have a line there that they're standing on. I don't mind that their little heads are slightly above the top. I don't believe I do. Let me see what, I had two laying out here. Let's see what this little girl looks like. If it would work to put her, oh, I kind of like her better and set her on top of the number, then you can see the numbers. If I put her like that, you'll never see that that's an upside down butterfly. Yeah, she's the one. Always try different things. If you don't like what you get the first time, you just keep trying till you find something that works. But you also don't want to be so picky that you're there all day picking something out, because that ruins the fun of crafting, I think. And usually I can find something that works from something I have on my desk. Okay. Ah, dropped her on the mat again. Good thing I have that mat there. All right, I think I still have enough glue on it to just put her on there right like that. And we'll put her up there to dry. And now we have another simple, very simple altered paper clip made with washi tape. If you didn't want to put anything on it, you could just simply use that washi tape and make one without anything. And I didn't ink her again, but it's all right. You don't notice it that much when you are looking at these. You could also come along after she's glued down if you wanted and add a little ink here and there just to kind of give it some dimension. There we go. So that's what we have. We have two more altered paper clips. I'm going to try putting the one in here in my book here. However, when I do, I'm going to put another paper clip on it. So I'm just going to find the middle of my paper clip piece here. You should have two. Find your middle, and that way you can just put it down, and then there she is, all ready to go in my book. This one I've got some smaller paper clips over here, so I'm going to clip down this one good at the top and bottom. That way it'll get better trained to stay that way. Not sure why it won't bend right back. Probably because it took me a few to get it bent that way. But we'll put this just right across like that. And we'll put another one across the bottom here. We'll use two on the bottom if we need to. Just holding it together. We'll go ahead and put one across her middle. Okay. And actually, that one is holding it, so we don't need any more on there. Just want to hold that down till that is good and dry. Up, it popped up. Till it's good and dry. And better trained. Let's go ahead and put one across the other way, because I really don't want to have to. I want to be able to use this one. I think she's cute. Super cute. I love the tiny people from Tim Holtz. They just look so cute on little things like this. That paperclip popped off. And probably is forever. No, there it is. No, that's not it. It's forever lost on my lap somewhere that I can't find. And she'll pop out somewhere. So let's grab another paper clip here. And I'm just going to put it across here, clip it in my book, and I'll be done for today. Alrighty. We're just going to open this up. Might need a little glue on the bottom here too. And we're going to just put this in here somewhere, just to hold it till it gets dried. Here we go. And that's what I've got for you all. I hope you try some altered paper clips and make yourself a little altered paper clip book. It's the easiest way, I think, to store them. And make sure I got all my... Oh, there's another one. So I'm just going to put these extra paper clips in my book here. I bought some of these thinking I could use them for altered paper clips. And I've used a few, but you've got to leave this back uncovered. Can you see how that's bent? It was a box that I bought from Amazon. However, it has the little bent piece there on it. So be careful when you're buying your paper clips that they aren't bent in that way, so that you don't end up getting paper clips that don't do very well for your altered paper clips. Alrighty. There we go. That's what I've got for you today, folks. You all have a wonderful day. Bye for now, and I'll see you in my next video.